Welcome in, race fans. This is Jason with First Gear Network, bringing you live coverage of the Craftsman Truck Series from First Gear Racing, round number 14 of the season here at Pocono Raceway. Halfway through our practice session prior to qualifying here. We got 28 minutes left of practice. I'm going to follow some trucks around and see how everybody's doing as we prep for tonight's race. Tonight's event is scheduled for 80 laps total. We're going to have our stage breaks tonight at lap 20 and lap 40. Our drivers will have the typical 5 sets of tires in the pits and 1 fast repair. So we'll see what kind of strategy comes from that. And some at least early practice information shows a fuel run somewhere around 30 to 32 laps. So the first 2 stages, fuel shouldn't be a problem. That last stage will be right on the edge of most likely needing to stop for fuel. But we'll see how the racing and everything plays out tonight. We currently have 12 trucks registered for tonight's event so far. I hope all of you had a great weekend. I know I did. It was relaxing. Took it easy. Spent it with my kids and racing here at nights. We're First Gear Racing, having a good time. It was good. It's a bummer it's over already and got a work day starts back up tomorrow, but it is what it is. Such is life. But I hope you all had a great weekend. Got some more drivers coming in now. Looks like we're up to 13. Field's starting to get a little loaded up here. Got the 41 of Justin Johnson on the track. New member to First Gear Racing. Welcome, Justin. Good to have you here with us. Sharp looking paint job on that truck. From LaGrange, Georgia. Welcome in. He's currently P2 on the board with a fast lap of a 55.75 second lap. It's a couple hundred slower than Joseph Klein, who is top of the charts right now with a 55.73. A little bit of wall grab. Oh, just demolished off of the turn 3 wall and down into the barrels for pit road. Good thing it's practice. Whew. There's good old Ben Summerford. Like the side of that truck said something about I hate Dover, I think. Ben's expressing his feelings onto his truck now. Seems like every weekend he's got a new statement to make. New driver at the top of the board, Corey Crandall. Just put up a 55.66 on the chart. Good lap for him. Taking a look here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our playoff standings while we have some time here. So here's our current points, and in relation to the cut line, which would be P10 on the board. Well, the top 10 to P11, and then P11 to top 10. But we have Todd Smith. He's got a 210 point lead from 11th place, Brandon Decker. Michael Kennedy's in 2nd. Corey Crandall 3rd. Nolan Milnes 4th. Alex Fuller 5th. Kyle Heath 6th. Andrew Groves 7th. Trevor Benz 8th. Ben Summerford 9th. And Joseph Klein 10th. Those are the 10 current drivers in. with 5 races left to go before the playoffs start. 2 playoff drivers, or 2 drivers that are in right now that I know that won't be racing tonight is Todd Smith. He's out of town for work this week, had to leave today, so he is not at home, and Andrew Groves will not be making it this evening. Everybody else in the top 10, I believe, is in the race lobby here. So then you look at the standings outside looking in. I don't think Brandon Decker's got here yet. Samuel Carter no longer with the series. Mark Ouellette is 13th. I don't think Mark's back home yet. I know he's out of town for the weekend, so I don't think he'll be racing tonight either. Jareth Walker in 14th. Ivan Deschamps in 15th, and Donald Ray in 16th. I know Donald Ray is in the lobby tonight. He is here. But I have not seen Ivan or Jareth yet. So, just depending on how all the points hammer out tonight, I don't know if we'll have too much shifting of the outside trying to get in, but we'll pay attention to that as it goes and maybe check in on this as the race progresses. And again, including tonight's race, 5 events left before the playoffs begin. Again, to get in on the playoffs, it is all about points. It's not about winning you're in. It is about accumulating points. The top 10 in points will qualify for the playoffs. And
Jason, I got working on my end. I'm going to refresh and take a look for you.
Oh, pardon
It's
me.
pit party time, pit party time. Meet me in the pit road for a pit party.
Copy that, Nolan. I will refresh and get that updated. Thank you. Update some paints here real quick. Let's go see, is he on track? Nope, not currently on track, so I can't look at it yet.
Y'all want to have a pit party? Anybody else joining for a pit party? Let's kick this Sunday night off with a good round of a pit party.
There's Brendan Decker. He made it. That gives us 14 drivers. There's now no one's in his car, so now we should be able to can confirm, Nolan. That updated on my end. Thank you.
Let's roll, let's roll, let's roll. Go ahead in front of me. I want to be in the pack.
Can y'all clear the blacks? Thanks, Corey.
We got a small field here, just a small group here that are getting together for a practice start. We call a pit party, get everybody together, and race as a pack.
Leader in the restart zone, call it. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do it.
All right, we'll watch these guys coming out of turn 3 onto the front stretch.
3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. Brendan Decker going to lead them into turn 1. Nolan and Donald side by side. Looks like that might be the 41. Justin Johnson came up pit road right in front of him, trying to join in here. Ooh, we see trucks everywhere. No, whoa! Oh, Nolan catches Trevor. Oh, there's the 32, super up into the wall. Find out these trucks are not friendly. See Donald and Taylor side by side. These long straightaways can really pull in a draft on the trucks in front of you. It's all about momentum. Trying to make sure you're carrying more speed out of the corner. Because, oh, the 52 sideways in turn 1. I think he might have saved it. No. I stand corrected. 84 has come back out with a fresh truck in front of the group here to race with them. Keep this pit party going. 82's out on track. How about this? Oh, no, the 4 gets tight. Oh, they're all wrecking. Oh.
What can go wrong? What can go wrong at Dover? I mean Pocono.
Feels like the same to me.
It looks like from the original pit party, the 35 is the only one still on the track of the 8 that started together. The 84, after his getting loose and won and spin, rejoined. See if these guys can get some laps in now.
If y'all want to line up, we'll try and do it again. Short.
I see it correctly. Looks like the Eagle may be on track now. He is joined in. 15 minutes left to go in the session. He's completing his first time lap. We'll see where this puts him on the board for our 14th truck. That'll match everybody that's in the room. Kyle Heath runs P5. Yeah, I think he heard pit party, so he might be resetting the pits and maybe jumping in with these guys when they roll off here. Here comes the 13, the 33, 52, we got the 84, the 35, the 16, the 32, the 14.
Pit party's going to start rolling off. If you want to join. Alex, roll them off, buddy.
about Chris Melton in the 49. Fastest lap so far, 55.29. It was the 1 and the 82 that are out doing their own run here. Had to kind of go high in turn 2 there and get by the field here. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We have 9 trucks here for this pit party. Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
See how much these guys have kind of learned from that first one, just on overall grip and handling in these trucks early on. The track is hot and slippery, and you add cold tires to it. Front 4 all single file. 14 takes a look underneath the 16 down into turn 2. The 35 looks high on the 13. Sliding. Sliding in these trucks. This is going to be a good time to watch tonight. Side by side, the 14 and 16 are still. Looks like everybody's going to make it around for pit party lap 1. Much improved from the first pit party. All that momentum, Nolan's just kind of a sitting duck there. Is that momentum from these trucks just kind of just pulling them back to him. He's able to hold serve on the outside though. Should have momentum off the corner here. Both lines are going to have a push from a truck behind them, so now it's just kind of a battle of who has the bigger push. The 84 seems to have just a little bit better momentum. Clear to come down in front of the 16. Ooh, the 16 gets tight. 13 does a crossover in turn 2. This is crazy. This is going to be good. This is going to be fun. These trucks are loose. They are a handful. Just saw the 84 get into the wall just slightly, it looked like there. 13 on his tail. See, he decides to go. Oh, he looked, but he decided to stay in line going into turn 1. He's right on his rear bumper coming out. Oh, looks like the 84 got loose. Watch from the roof cam here, the Eagle is look at that 16 with a huge run out of turn 1 into turn 2. They're right back where they were last time. 16 gets tight.
Michael.
Oh, able to hold it down that time. Now the Eagle looks to the outside of Alex. Hey, Puddin'. Harley Quinn paint scheme. Alex has got a different number now. He switched to the 16 from the 28 this week. Open the door up to pass that 28 number on to George Buck, who originally had it before he left for a short period of time. That was nice of him to do. So, same driver, new number. Big bump. Kept it smooth there. It definitely was closing in pretty quick. Right on the paint, trying to cut underneath the 84. He's there. He's super close. A little bit of side draft. Get down into turn 3. He gets clear. You can see those trucks getting just sideways loose there coming out of turn 1. It's been a really good run for these guys. Get you a good idea of what we could see in the race. Different lanes of momentum and how the draft works, and these trucks are slinging it around the track pretty good. See the 13 doing a practice pit stop. He pulls down. And this might be, just depending on how that third stage works out, might be about the only track where we may not have a green flag stop. That last stage is probably going to be about 37 laps. And fuel is 30 to 32, so maybe somebody tries to save. Maybe we have a yellow in between that lets these guys save enough. But if not, then we will see green flag pit stops for fuel. So still a good thing to practice and be prepared for.
Can we boot, Kyle?
Now, why would you want to do that?
So somebody else has a chance to win?
Ah, no, you can. He's beatable. He's beatable. You just gotta not let him by so easily. Everybody they gotta stop pulling over for him, okay?
Too bad soundbar don't work here.
Hey, can you say that again in English?
Oh, this is good. All right, so we've got 5.5 minutes left to practice. We've got 14 trucks.
That sounded like Alabama or something.
Let's go.
Fuck that's supposed to mean.
Are you from Alabama?
Let's go to race info.
My family is.
Ambient temperature
Okay.
at the track is
My truck's
82
not running now,
degrees
so I can
Fahrenheit.
understand you now. Maybe
We've
that was
got
fun.
a track temperature of 112 degrees.
Fucker.
So it is hot and slick. We are scheduled again for 80
Yeah,
laps
that's
total distance. Stage breaks at the end of lap 20 and lap 40 tonight. 25% humidity, partly cloudy skies, although it's mostly sunny right now. And we got a 9-mile-an-hour breeze. So the wind may play a little bit of tail on these trucks, help getting them a little loose, a little tight, depending on what corner of the track and what the headwind, tailwind is. Again, this is Pocono Raceway. 3-turn track. No turn 4, just 3 turns. Long straightaways. Momentum track. And we are going to see a lot, I think a lot of passing. I mean, there's going to be a chance for some of these guys to possibly work together and try to pull away a little bit if you work together with another truck, pump draft and stay in line. But the opportunity for these momentum runs to happen can cause a little bit more passing back and forth. They may not result in lead changes at the start-finish line, but could be some good battling depending on how these guys choose to race it with. Again, it's a longer track, 2.5-mile track, so even just the stages only being 20 and 40 laps, it's it's a shorter race when you count the lap count. Mileage-wise, it's still a long race. So we'll see how that plays out.
Well, I think there was like 4 or 5 faster than you last night too. Where are you going?
Oh, you're not home tonight, Jareth? Wish you were here too, Bubba. Wish you were here. Hoping it's going to be a real good one tonight. Pocono's a fun track. It's a momentum track. I enjoy it. I know some people don't enjoy it. I get it. But it uses most of what these stock cars have to offer. You're limited in horsepower. You're limited in how fast you can go because these trucks can go faster. Downforce matters. You don't want it to be too tight, too loose in the corners because they're fast corners. But the holes that these trucks put in the air really allow, when you're a second behind, you can draft yourself back up to the truck in front of you. So it ought to be fun to see how this plays out. Tires are going to matter still. These corners are hard on tires as you're going so fast. You're not slowing down a lot. So I can't wait to see how this race unfolds here, as we got 2 minutes until qualifying. See 82. Brian Hayberger, he's 6th on the board currently. In Vegas, heading to Phoenix. All right, we'll save travels, buddy. I'll give the 14 a hard time. I'll also give the 33 a hard time for you, too. We can do that. Well, at least looking as practice is about to end here in another 40 seconds, looks like we are going to have a 14 truck field tonight. Definitely missing a few out of the 37 that have signed up for the series. We haven't seen large lobbies like this. We have head counts for, so kind of shocking, but it is what it is. All right, that is it for practice. It's time to see some qualifying. We will follow as many drivers as we can on their time lapse here. Waiting to see who's the first one that's going to start rolling. Looks like Corey in the 35, Nolan in the 84, going to be the first two off pit road. It is a 10-minute session, so there's time for everybody to get their laps in. Get this truck wound up, try to get as much heat as you can in the tires. I have a feeling like some of these, maybe the first lap, maybe the fastest. It all depends. These trucks take a little bit to get the grip in them, so the second lap may be faster. We'll see that as we go here. Corey's up running high, Nolan's running low. They meet in about the same area. Alright, Corey will be the first one across the stripe. Nolan right after him. And we've got Ben and Joseph and Taylor, Alex, and Donald all on track right now. But it does look like Corey and Nolan will be our first two to put times on the board. You can tell they're pretty close together on where they're at on track. Eagle didn't really get a chance to put his name up top in practice. He joined and got to practice the last 15 minutes, but mostly pit parties and stuff. So I'm sure he'll pop up here in a second in qualifying. Corey going to be the first one across the line, followed by Nolan. They both cross almost the same time. Nolan's going to record a 55.65. Ben Summerford comes across the line, 55.84. Then you've got Joseph Klein across the line here shortly. $55.56, but how about Alex Fuller to the top? His first lap of 55.31. Killer lap. Taylor Curtin's getting ready to come across for his first lap. Across the line. 56.36. Now we should be seeing Nolan and Corey making their second laps here. Nolan improves 55.42. Corey 55.81, but it didn't count it. I'm trying to see why it didn't. Oh, 55.85 was the second lap. Sorry. Ben 55.69 for his second lap. Donald Ray is on his second lap, it looks like. First lap didn't count. Don't have a time for him, but this is counting lap number 2, it looks like, on my counter. Taylor Curtin's about to cross the line here. And he was a little bit slower on the second lap of 56.77. Along with Donald, we've got Brian, Kyle, Brendan, and Ivan has made it in and is on the track for qualifying. Welcome in, Ivan. Gives us another player racing to try to get into the playoffs on the track tonight. Donald Ray across the line for his second lap, 55.53, good lap. Let's check in on the 82 of Brian Hayberger. So with Ivan joining, that should load us up to 15 drivers out of 37 that have checked the box. Alright, Brian's coming around to complete his first lap. Justin Johnson's just coming up pit road on his out lap. Brian Hayberger across the line. P2, nice lap, 55.31. Kyle Heath coming across the line to complete his first lap. 55.58 P6 for the Eagle on his first lap. Brendan Decker's coming out of turn 3 to complete his first lap. Looks like Ivan just did too, maybe. Yeah, they both did right there. 56.69 for Brendan, 57.15 for Ivan. We'll go back up to Brian coming out of turn 2 down the short stretch here to turn 3. Can he improve on this time that is, I mean, it's 100th off from what we're seeing on the scoring. So close to Alex's time. Oh! Blinked out there for a second. Oh, again. He's blinking. A little bit slower for him. Kyle Heath across the line. There it is, 55.30. Or it says 29 on my tower here. Kyle Heath to the pole. Brendan Decker and Ivan coming across the line. Complete their second lap. Brendan goes up to a 56.17 and Ivan at a 56.98. Brendan jumps up one spot. Ivan does not improve on position. Justin Johnson across the line to complete lap 1. P4. 55.40 for the 41 truck on his first lap. Let's go back to Justin here real quick. He's about to complete his second lap, coming through turn 3 now. He just needs to find basically just over a tenth of a second on the second lap. See if he can do it. Cross the line. 55.40. Mirrored his first lap. Crazy. Consistent. Chris Melton. His first lap put him P6. Michael Kennedy just crossed the stripe to go P10 with a 55.7. Chris Melton ran a 55.48 and gonna call it done. Pulled it over. 52. Gonna try to improve on this second lap. Yep, there he is. Yep. You ask and you shall receive, Jareth. The Eagle didn't want to disappoint. You called him out, said he wasn't at the top of the board for practice. He said, all right, I'll do it for qualifying. 52's coming across the line to try to put up a challenge here. What's the lap time here for the second lap? 55.43. That puts him P6, so an improvement for Mr. Kennedy there on his second lap. Good job. That's a tight field. 55.3 down to a 55.8 for our top 11 drivers. All right, congratulations to all of our drivers on that qualifying session. We still have 50 seconds left before we get to racing. So we will do the national anthem right now. So here it comes. All right, folks. It is time to pull up our grid. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. Front row, Kyle Heath, Alex Fuller. Row 2, Brian Hayberger, Justin Johnson. Row 3, Nolan Milnes, Michael Kennedy. Row 4, Chris Melton, Donald Ray. Row 5, Joseph Klein, Ben Summerford. Then we got row 6,
Stages
Corey Crandall,
are
Brendan
20
Decker.
and 40 with an 80-lap race. Good luck.
Row
Let's
7,
have fun and
Taylor
let's
Curtin,
be
Ivan
respectful.
Deschamps. And then
Jason's
15th,
up in the
starting
booth.
shotgun in the
So,
field, Trevor
appreciate
Benz.
you, Jason. Let's have a good race. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Okay, my boy.
So I've got EOLs for tonight. Looks like Trevor Benz, Corey Crandall both have EOLs from last week. Trevor just chose not to qualify, and he's already back there. And Corey will be going back there with him. Pace truck pulls off.
Good left there, Kyle.
Nolan, you're showing a number 11. Just to let you know.
Yeah, anyone who wants to see my correct number, refresh your trading paints if it's safe to do so. But broadcast has it covered. I had to change like halfway through the practice.
All right, one pace lap, and then we'll be off to racing here. Again, 20 laps for stage 1 here. Should be a fun battle to see how these trucks handle this track in the pack, and if we get strung out, or if we have more of what I was talking about earlier, where guys are using the momentum to make passes. So we'll see how these guys work together, or choose to kind of skip over each other each lap and take that momentum and make a pass instead of pushing the driver that they're getting that pull from. So we'll see kind of what kind of takes place tonight with these trucks. Kyle Heath on pole, Alex Fuller on the outside of the front row.
Not going. One to go.
Oh, something's happened.
We're going to do one more lap. Trevor had some issues coming off the pit road, so we're going to let him get caught up.
All right, that's an EOL next week for Trevor again, right?
100%.
He hasn't seen the drive-through penalty yet once we restart.
I had no brakes. I had no brakes protected on my pedals. Couldn't qualify nothing. It's just time to shine.
Declining.
Yo, you got brakes on that? Beep.
Yep, I do have brakes on my teeth. Oh, I got brakes. It just like it was all I had. Basically, it was saying that I was braking, but it wouldn't let me change it out of it. So I would add 100% brakes. I couldn't go nowhere.
His pit crew didn't make sure the reservoir was full of brake fluid.
They snorted it last night.
Sounds about right. Good luck, everybody. Have a good race. Be watching here from the booth. See y'all at the end. All right, here we go. This one's gonna start. This one's for real. Pace truck's gonna pull down, and it's on the flag for the start of the race.
Green flag.
Green is out. Here we go. Looks like a pretty equal start, but that outside line, the 41 is right up on the back bumper of the 16, so they're going to get a good run here. No help for the 13 yet, as the 82 isn't close enough, but looks like 13 has that line going down inside. Good start for the Eagle. Everybody staying away from each other through turn 1. Looks like everybody made it. Here we go into turn two, first three, single file. Then we've got the 84 looking into the 52, but the 52 does clear. Takes P4. Oh, I hear noises.
Sorry, Trevor, I couldn't
Hold
miss
your
you.
position. I know, man.
Just gotta turn the wheel a little
I
bit.
think we
That's
need to
all.
start putting like an age limit on racing or something.
I tried
you know?
turning my wheel, Trevor, but you spun right in front of me. Sorry, man.
All right, let's go check this one out. The 33 gets loose.
Trevor, Ivan, if you want to pit this lap, we will do a quick caution here.
Okay, thank you.
Tough break for the 33. Heavy damage to the left front. No rear tailgate. Still has a spoiler though. And my notes tell me no meatball or anything, so alright. So that was a rough start for the 33. 7 getting caught up in that one. My assumption's going to be...
Ben, I just gotta say, every week I love your new paints.
Only way I can make a statement because I never get to be on the broadcast.
Jason, I'm going to be that guy. When is the stage?
20, 40, and then 80 lap race.
Thanks, Corey.
We've always got to have that one guy. That's why I'm on the right camera. There's always that one guy, right? Always. Always. Alright, so the field is at 1 to go. 33 and the 7. Looks like the 82's on pit road. Just double checking my info box here. The 33 did use his fast repair to get that taken care of. So, Todd, you missed. Trevor got loose in the tunnel turn lap 1. He got caught up. Ivan had nowhere to go and got some damage. So, fortunately, all good. Trevor used his fast repair. Catching up to the field now. We're getting ready to go. Getting ready to go green.
Very well.
Alright. Front row's the same from the start of the race. Justin Johnson's up 1 spot. Michael Kennedy's up 2. Oh, now it says he's up 3, but he's technically up 2 if you line him up right. Biggest drop's going to be Brian Hayberger back to 13th, down 10 spots. Early pit stop. He's been blinking, so we'll see how all that works out. I think it just was cold tires. He turned a little high, a little late, but in the tunnel turn, and the truck just spun around on him, just gave out. So hopefully he can get back on track here. Plenty of racing to be had. Pace truck's down, waiting for the restart zone. There we go. 13 gets the jump. Two by two, except for the leader, he is clear. Kyle gets the wide arc into turn 1. Everybody else side by side. 16's getting clear of the 41 here for second. Ooh, we got trucks way down, way down. Oh, 31, 49, super close there. Ooh, oh no, that's the 4. I saw the 4, he's up in the wall.
Checked up in front of me.
Wow, hanging on they are here. There's the 33 of Trevor Benz. Up 2 spots. Just got to take his time. Doesn't have a fast repair left to use. Got to take care of the truck to get through the night. Back of Ben Summerford's truck is all bent up. Contact that he had out of turn 1. Back up front, the 16 is challenging the 13 on the high side for the lead. Oh, scrapes the wall though. Here comes the 52 on the low side. You see the 32 way down on the apron back there in the back, just getting out of the way. I know, Todd. Somebody's got to take that high side in 1. Got to count on somebody. We know that's where you'd be. We know. I feel like we got enough different, drivers here where we'll see somebody will find that line and get to use it. It may work. I haven't seen anybody really do it much for practice, but you never know until you try. These guys all stay down in that first to second lane on that first seam. 13, 16, 41, 52, 84, your top 5. You see further back the field, the 1 truck is on pit road. I don't know what happened to Donald Ray. Just gave me a note that he hit pit road, so I'm not certain what happened to him. Truck is just getting serviced, it looks like. See if he gets back out on track as the field is coming down the front stretch. Not the end of the race for him if he gets put down a lap, but it looks like he's going to come out in front of the leaders. May be able to stay on the lead lap. Again, we've only got 13.5 laps until the stage ends. And it looks like he took tires, so 13, 16, 41, 52, and 14 are your top 5. Looking back from the Eagle. Look at Alex Fuller. Justin Johnson. It's Alex Fuller running that higher line. Not all the way up, but... Oh! It come down across the exit of turn 3 there. The 16 comes down on the 41.
Justin, sorry for taking as high as I needed. That might be on me.
Looked like the 16, yeah, maybe didn't use all the exit and came down possibly.
Yeah, you're blinking by the way, Justin.
From what I'm seeing, Donald Ray got a black flag, got a meatball flag. I don't know why it didn't show me an incident for him. Oh. What happened there?
Caution's out. One thing for sure,
I am not certain what happened there. Alright. Michael Kennedy with some trouble here. Gonna turn 1 down the long backstretch here. Goes to come up and then just back down into the wall. Jump on board. Let's see. Let's look at it from where he goes up. So he goes up. Truck turns left, continues to turn left. Blows his motor. And just keeps turning left. Really weird situation. And while I'm looking for weird situations, we're going to go back and see if I can find out what happened to Donald Ray.
It was definitely just a racing incident. I think I got a little too ambitious off corner exit there. It's all good. No hard feelings.
Maybe he got into the wall just hard enough to kind of following him here. Gets down underneath. Oh, contact shoot. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that explains it. 31 off the wall, then just a contact with the one, shoots the one down into the pit road entrance barriers and into the inside wall of pit road. Tough break for the one, so that had to be a fast repair. So yep, that is a fast repair for the one truck and a set of tires. That was a tough hit. Looks like the top 5 stay out. Kyle Heath, one of the drivers on pit road. I would assume getting tires, but I can't see the truck in the air. He is not moving. Looking at pit stop times, Brian Haber maybe a 2-tire stop. Chris Melton 4 tires, Justin Johnson 4 tires, Brendan Decker 4 tires, Taylor Curtin most likely 4 tires, Donald Ray probably just fuel there since he just was in for the fast repair and tires, and Kyle Heath.
I didn't take any tires. I just ran down pit road and got some fuel, and I wanted to fix my trading paints.
Oh, he fixed his trading paints. Copy that. Thank you.
No,
for the
I was
update.
just giving you crap. I wanted to take tires too, but it was too late.
Appreciate the update from the Eagle. Probably listening in on the broadcast
I can't
too.
repeat what I said in my room on the broadcast.
All right, well, we're going to complete lap 10 under caution here behind the pace truck. Should be 1 to go here, so this should put us at, 10 laps to go to the end of stage 1. We'll restart with 9 laps to go. Guess we'll have a good seat for this camera. The roof cam corrected and debuted at a new location, non-gyroed, per request from multiple people watching. I'm sorry, I thought the gyro thing was kind of neat, but it did get kind of weird, like when the truck would spin out and everything. So now we're on a fixed camera, and hopefully this is more enjoyable for everybody. And I appreciate everybody's feedback on that as I try to get to play with some of these cameras a little bit. Got to order a joystick so I can do some more live camera angles and stuff like that. But trying to build the broadcast and put it together for you guys so you can enjoy to watch it. And again, thanks to everybody for their input on that. So we've got a new camera angle where now it's fixed, and that roof cam won't be all floaty, bouncy around. You see Kyle give a little tap to the Ford truck. Taylor, his brother-in-law. Give him a little bit of love here. We'll see how much Taylor repays the favor when we go back green here. Still excited for this restart. We're going to kind of ride here with the Eagle and see what happens in front. Again, he is restarting P11.
Green flag.
Green is out. Here we go. Big bump to the fore. We got 3 wide up in front of them. Got a blinker up top. I think that's the 41. 1 trying to split the 32 and 13 does. Now what does he do behind the 4? Here comes the 33 with a big run to the 32. Trevor with a big push to Ben. But the 4 and the 1 have the same kind of momentum going in. Uh-oh, the 1 is tight, 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 tight. 13 with a good crossover. Oh no, that's the 4 into the wall. That might stick him down there. Not sure what happened there. Oh, I know why. It's because he's in a Ford. I didn't do it for each make model. Guess it changes it. So the camera won't work for everybody. Great. Learning something new every day, folks. Yeah, we have mostly Chevys in the field, so all the Chevys the camera works for. So 1 Ford and 1 Toyota in the field, it's not going to work. Checking here, looking back, that 14 and 84 have got themselves a little bit of gap. These guys will work together. And we have seen that. And that's that opportunity I'm talking about earlier, is if they can work together and push themselves forward, they can gap the rest of the field, give themselves a bit of a breathing window to where they're not being chased and keeping everybody in the draft. So we'll see if that plays out. As Alex Fuller is still within the draft range, he hasn't fallen out of that yet, but we see the 35 outside into the wall out of turn 3. Corey's battling with the 82 behind him in the 49. Now the 82 drops down to the 49. Trying to take that entry low into 1. Corey sticks it up there a little bit high, middle line. Not the Todd Smith line yet, but he's getting closer. Gets it to stick. Oh no, hard hit. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Caution is out, caution is out.
What happened to Michael Kennedy here? What happened? Tight, 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 loose, loose. Tight in the center, loose off. Hard into the inside barrier. Right on the roof cam for this one. Trying to put more
Take the truck going into water.
Ooh, hard hit. And another blow motor. Ah, tough break. Tough break for Michael Kennedy. That is, I would say, be the end of his night. Yep, he is disconnected. That was rough.
Hey, Kyle, I know it was close there. I'm not sure if I chopped your nose or not, but if I did, I apologize, buddy.
It was close, but I had to let off. I used my fast repair earlier.
Pit road will be open, and then if everybody gets off, I'll go 1 to green.
I got repairs to clean up here. So I'll try and get out as quick as I can.
Okay, cancel that. We'll just do the normal iRacing.
Thanks.
.14 fakes down pit road. Ivan Taylor down pit road. Ivan did say over the radio he had some repairs to touch up. Corey, Brian, Ben, Ivan and Taylor down pit road. Joseph leads, Nolan second, Alex third, Justin fourth, Chris fifth, Donald sixth, Kyle seventh, Trevor eighth, and Brendan ninth. We have a race off pit road for whoever wants to be 10th. Looks like as they come out, it's going to be the 82. just barely. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got some nerd gummy gush clusters that I'm chewing on, and it makes tons of noise. I got to stop doing that. Thanks for reminding me on that, Jareth. I got to mute my mic when I eat those things. Need that Sunday night energy candy. Between that and vaping, that's it. Alright, so pace truck going through turn 3 currently. The field is not fully caught up yet as Ivan has just come off pit road and Taylor is still on pit road getting some repairs. He'll probably roll off here shortly. Maybe. Although, oh no, he's getting towed. Something happened for Taylor. He exited the pits in front of the 32 here a lap ago. Oh no! A terrible downshift has put him into a blown motor and needing to use a fast repair, but he is being towed. So that will put him a lap down. Tough break for Taylor. Ah. Yeah, I know. I know you're not judging, Jareth. I'm trying to be the best broadcaster I can be, and I'm over here crunching away on some nerd gushers and gummy clusters, whatever they're called, and making a bunch of. I know they make noise. My mic's too good. It doesn't want to ignore that, so I got to be better. So I appreciate you asking, because that reminds me, hey, I'm live, so I need to pay more attention to what I'm doing. But no, I appreciate you guys watching and participating in the chat and everything. We always appreciate everybody's participation with the league and the broadcasting and everything, even for when you guys can't be at the track racing with us, that people like Jared, Todd, you guys are on. Kyle's in the race and on in the chat, so really appreciate it. It's fun. I enjoy getting to watch these races and getting to call them and chat with everybody. It's a good time. All right, we're going to restart this time with three lap shootout for the stage 1. Points on the line for the top 10 finishers. We've got 13 trucks on the lead lap. All right, pace trucks down, waiting for the restart zone. 14 in charge of the restart.
Green flag.
Here we go. Good jump for Joseph. 41 right on the back bumper of the 84 though. Nolan's getting a good push here. Gets clear for second. Chooses to stay up, then go back down. Goes for some clean air. The 14 down low. There's the 13 up high. The Eagle's out there running that high line in turn 1, Todd. He found it. Great momentum on the outside for the Eagle. He's up to 5th. Kind of pinned right now behind the 41 with the 16 to his left, the 49 on his inside as well. Joseph pulled out by about 3 truck lengths on Nolan. 13 diving it deep on that higher line on the 16. The 49's taking a peek for 3 wide maybe. Nope. Comes back up behind the 13 on exit. Will he give him a push? Kyle up to P4. 2 laps to go in stage 1. Let's make sure the thing's working. Yes, it is working. Perfect. The lane is closed. Yeah, Taylor, that was a bummer, man. Hopefully you can get the engine, get a fast repair, get back on track. And money shifts, man. Bummer. Tough break. Alright, turn 2 they go for the next to last time in this stage. 13's on the inside of the 84. Battling for 3rd. And he is clear. Here comes the 84 looking back underneath possibly. He's going to try to cross him over. Nope, he's got the 49 down there. The Toyota of Chris Melton. It's on the inside of the 84 coming down. 1 lap to go in the stage. Getting real close to the wall out of 1 there. Looks like Joseph's in line here to possibly get this first stage. He still has about a 6 truck length lead over Justin Johnson. Justin's not gaining enough in time here. 4/10 back still. Down to turn 3 one last time for this stage. The 14. Ooh, the 41 gets a good entry, gains a whole 10th, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with it on exit here because Joseph has enough of a run. And across the line, that will be the end.
That was nice.
Stage 1.
I was just going for stage points, the regular. I don't know who you are.
And we have an issue. Nolan.
Get him out of here.
Slow. Pushes back up, it looks like. Gotta get a better look at this. Oh, I don't have a roof cam for this one. So, in truck it is. Actually, we'll just make it easy on ourselves. Yeah. Looks like just a little bit back up. Like it went for the crossover for the stripe on the 84. The 84 comes down a bit. They both are coming back up, and the 49 just comes up more and spins the 84 after the flag. That seems pretty distasteful.
I'm sure that'll just be an EOL for that one. That's pretty bad.
Hey, we race review. We'll check it out.
If we kicked everybody out of the league every time you got spun, we wouldn't have anybody else to race with, Nolan. I understand your frustrations. It will be reviewed. All right. All right, so stage 1, Joseph Klein wins that. Justin Johnson second, Kyle Heath third. I'm pretty certain timing and scoring got Nolan for 4th. Chris Melton 5th, Alex Fuller 6th, Donald Ray 7th, Corey Crandall 8th, Brian Haberger 9th, and Trevor Benz will get the 10th and final stage point. As I'm just trying to review it over here, it cuts the numbers off on me. Yes. Now we have everybody coming down pit road. The 82 of Brian Haberger stays out. I'm looking for laps since last pit, but I'm not seeing it right. 7 laps ago, so Brian's just banking on track position for the second stage as the rest of the field comes down pit road to get serviced. Double checking here on the 84. He hasn't had to use his fast repair yet. He did get the stage points for when he crossed the line, so not affected for the point part of it, but losing the track position because it's wherever you're at when the yellow comes out. So if any passing happens after the stripe, still counts for track position. So that really hurts him and puts him further back. So frustration. I mean, it's
Well, boys,
understandable.
Kyle had to go potty.
Man, I wish I was good enough to get scheduled potty breaks.
Check in with Nolan. He's trying to get the repairs done on a time basis instead of using a fast repair. Smart move. Save that fast repair for in case
That's
something big
one of my
happens.
little
You get a
secrets that keeps
meatball
my,
later.
my car weight down.
Hey Nolan, just for reference, just so you know, you still get stage points for fourths, for crossing the line in fourth, just so you know. I know you lost the track position and damage, but you still have fourth place points for that stage.
Thank you much.
.49 sitting at the end of pit road. Maybe serving himself an EOL for that incident. So there's that too. Got a driver that maybe not coming over the radio. I didn't hear anything on the comms at the time. But maybe standing up for himself here and saying, okay, that's on me. I'll go to the back, and letting the field kind of pass by here, and lets the 84 by and goes to the back with him. So
Pace laps are worse than Indianapolis.
they take the same amount of time though.
I noticed. It is one less turn though.
Brian, you are blinking, just so you know. All right, pace truck down onto the 82 for the start here.
Green.
7 lap older tires than the rest of the field, and he gets a good jump. There we go. Good start for the 82 here on the restart. Looks like the 41's going to get clear as well and comes all the way up. So the inside line prevails for the first 2 spots going into turn 1. We've got trucks side by side further back. Donald Ray down low on the bumps. Oh, it gets squirrely down there. Maybe getting out of the mess for now and just letting the truck run. He had to use that fast repair earlier with the contact he had that shot him into the pit road barrels. Damaged that truck all to heck. Didn't get a yellow for it, but was able to stay on the lead lap and catch a caution to not fall a lap down. The 31, as I'm looking, is a little bit back. He had to stay on pit road a little longer there and didn't catch the field for the green. So right now we've got 12 cars, 12 trucks kind of in this main pack. 12th place, Ivan Deschamps is falling back just a little bit from Donald Ray and Ben Summerford's battling side by side for 11th and 10th place. Ben has 10th now. Donald looking to the inside. Chooses to get behind him. The whole field single file here. Justin Johnson looks down to the inside into turn 2. Let's get on a ride with Mr. Klein. See how these runs and the change of momentum happens here from the top of the truck. Side-by-side battle for the lead here as the 41 has that truck on the inside of the 82. The 82 gets a good run on corner exit though. Going to clear him and keep the lead. Now the 14 looks to the inside of the 41. Going to charge on the inside. 41 cuts his nose. Tries to get down, dive underneath the 82. Side by side out of turn 1 again. And this time the 14 has window to get up above the 41 and carry that momentum behind the 82. Battle for second. Oh no. Contact. 14 and the 41. What happened there?
My bad, Donald.
No, you're good. You're good.
That was really like a tight squeeze up there. The 14 lets off to kind of let the 41 get ahead of him for entry. And then it's kind of time to start making the turn, and the 41 just kind of stayed up. He didn't like start the entry. And the 14 then has to turn, and it makes contact with the rear of the 41. Yeah. I feel like the 41 missed entry there being the inside truck, but I don't know. It's really tight racing for this early in the race. I don't understand it. These guys are driving like it's the last lap. We're on lap 28 currently. Back live. The 14 and the 1. Well, that moves Joseph back to 11th currently, so got some work to do here. You see Ivan has fallen off the pace of the pack. He's dropped off a few seconds here, so he's got 5.5 seconds back now to Joseph. The rest of the pack still staying pretty well in line.
One side.
Top 9 have kind of pulled away just a little bit from 10th and 11th, but Brian Haberger on the older tires leading laps, staying out front. Alex Fuller P2, Kyle Heath P3. Man does it every week. Bathroom breaks during stage breaks and then drives his way through the field. Corey Crandall P4, Justin P5. After that contact, he didn't lose as much time as Joseph did. Joseph was kind of stuck up in the wall. The 41 did lose a few spots there, so trying to get him back here. Trevor Benz up to 6th. Chris Melton on the inside of Nolan. They are side by side. These are the two trucks that had the contact at the end of the stage. Now those three have kind of fallen back from Trevor. So 7th, 8th, and 9th, losing a little bit of time to the front 6. And here comes the 14. Joseph's trying to claw back. Coming around to complete lap 30. So this will be 10 to go in this stage. 84 up in the wall. The one truck's coming down pit road. Black flag. Donald Ray. And I think that's it for him. I'm pretty certain Donald Ray just reset the pits for a black flag and probably is going to call it out.
I'll give it to you in tunnel time.
All right, pass for the lead. The 82 is blinking. 16 to the front. 82's got the 13 looking on the inside. Maybe starting to see where the fresher tires are starting to pay off just a little bit for these guys. All right, Kyle Heath at the P2, Alex Fuller in the lead. 9 laps to go in this stage. Top 5 are all in a single file, all real close together. Those 2nd through 5th pushing hard to catch back up to Alex. They spread out into turn 1, the 35 underneath the 82 for 3rd. They're going to run side by side. And the 82 gets back to 3rd. Able to defend that position from Corey right now. Justin Johnson to the inside of the 35. 35's able to drive in the corner a little bit deeper and get clear. Get the truck to rotate. Sure does. Nice drive by the 35 there. Defending position. Then here's Trevor Benz back in 6th. And he's just at 8/10 behind this pack, so he's got to gain. He's got to use the draft to his work here. He's got to use it to his benefit to catch back up with these guys, because behind him, Nolan isn't like right on his bumper, so he's not getting a big push from Nolan. Now Nolan's only 4/10 back, but if those guys can get together, that would help. It looks like Trevor's starting to close that gap just a little bit. Not a lot yet. We see, looks like the 41 scraping the wall out of turn 2. Misses the corner a little bit, and then saves it, gets back in the center. Really good center, so just a late entry. It's a good apex, good exit. And here comes Trevor. He is 7/10, so he made up a 1/10 of a second that lap, so not letting the field get away from him yet. Comes a 49. And the 84. Okay, we've got side by side up here. The 35 and the 41. 41's looking to the high side. That didn't work. 35's able to defend there. 82 scrapes the wall there coming out of turn 2. That may give a window for the 35 to get a run. It looks like the 82 is still carrying good momentum. Out of turn 3, 35's right on his bumper. There's the momentum. Good run for Corey out of turn 3. Not side drafting though. Really just trying to clear him and leave a gap in between them. The 41 gets up to the 82 though to give him a bump. 82 in high, the 35 gets clear, and the 41 gets clear as well. 41's going to try to carry that momentum. Oh, nope, chooses to get back up behind the 35. Now can this pack of 3, now that they've changed positions, can they work together to get back up there? 35 and 41 trying. Sitting a second back of the lead right now is Corey Crandall in 3rd. He's 8/10 behind Kyle Heath, 9/10. They've got to get going if they want to try to catch. 5 laps to go in this stage. The 41 doesn't want to work with the 35 right now. He's trying to go for position again as he tries to pass the 35. Looks like the 35 went up high enough here where he's going to get clear. Oh no! He got tight on that corner exit and Corey scraped the wall. Hope the truck's okay. So now that gap to the leaders, to that front 2, almost a full second. The 41's trying to go. He knows it's go time, but now the 35 tries to dive it into turn 3 hard, gets the truck to rotate. Don't push tight off here. Woo! All right, keeps her off the wall. See a lot of trucks over. Got the understeer going through that corner. Flattest corner on the track. Back up front, Kyle Heath to the inside of Alex Fuller for the lead. We've got a battle. Plenty of room given by the 16 as the 13 gets clear and gets up. Josh trying to stay with him. Not letting Kyle get out of his sight here or get any distance yet. 41 really not gaining much. He's gained a little bit. So that's pulling Corey in the 35 a little bit closer. Trevor's still kind of out on the island. He's not have anybody right with him. Trying to do everything he can by himself. Slinging that truck through the tunnel turn there. Oh, he's high. Ooh. Definitely lost some time there for Trevor. So he's falling back to 2 seconds off the lead. And now he's under attack from the 84. Watch this battle here as they come across the line. It's going to be 2 laps to go. Swipes it down, trying to get that truck to rotate. Last time he got super height, was high in that corner, and that time he runs it low, but then gets super tight, and the exit almost gets to the wall. He's trying to get all he can out of those tires. Oh, the 84 scrapes the wall. 1 lap to go in this stage.
Your mic's messing up.
All right, Kyle still has 2.5 tenths of a second lead.
Go ahead, man.
Stays right around 2 tenths of a second here through the tunnel turn. And out of turn 3 one more time. Looks like stage 2 is going to go to Kyle Heath. Alex Fuller second, Justin Johnson third, Corey Crandall fourth, Trevor Benz gets P5, Nolan Millen 6th, Brian Hamburger 7th, Ben Summerford 8th, Joseph Klein 9th.
Caution's out.
And Brendan Decker is going to get 10th, I think. Okay, that's what it was. Corey threw the caution a little early. Stage is complete. Okay, that's why it took it a minute for my stage results to come up. Just wanted to make sure that it still counts it. All right. So now these guys will cruise around and catch the pace truck. Stage 2 winner, Kyle Heath. All right, 40, 41, 40, 41 laps down.
Pace car's in what?
39 to go. Okay, that's what happened. Chris Melton pulled off, and thanks for having me. Good luck to all. Shout out from Chris there in the Discord. He has called it a night and retired his car. So it leaves us 11. Looks like he did it crashing, possibly. Let's oh, okay. Now I see it. Okay. Yep. I think that was it for him. I remember Joseph tried to key up there on the radio. Oh man, they got tied up together and he just wasn't fully clear. Joseph just got tight, trying to clear, and it's not, and he just catches the nose of the 49. Puts him in a bad spot. He pulls down to the apron and toes to pits, and that's why, okay, that was the comment that came over the radio from Joseph. Now all makes sense. All right, pit road is open. Here comes the leaders. Everybody on the lead lap, all the way back to Ivan in 11th. We'll see what happens on the race off pit road here. See if Kyle takes another break. Oh no, the 16 overshot his pit stall. That's going to cost him a couple of spots, most likely. 13 peels out this time. Keeps the lead. No potty break necessary. The 16 does lose 1, 2, 3, 4 spots with that slide through his pit box. So a little bit of work on the restart for Alex Fuller as he is back to 6th. Nolan jumps over Trevor. Takes up 4th. Trevor in 5th. Corey Crandall comes out 3rd. Justin Johnson comes out 2nd. Good pit stops by those guys up front there. Well done. Field catch. All right. 10:09 on the East Coast, 9:09 Central here in Wisconsin. We're going to restart. 46 laps to go in the race. 36, sorry, I can't count. 36 laps to go. Like I said, fuel window was 30 to 32. So maybe somebody tries to save, but it's hard here at Pocono because you're not off throttle a lot. I know it's a lot easier to do when you're in a car that has a 5th gear like the next gen. You can kind of do it a little bit. Had some luck myself at Pocono earlier in the next gen season on Friday nights, and was able to use fuel mileage to get a win in that series. But I don't know about in these trucks. If you really can save enough, maybe you can. Or you go all out, try to do a quick splash and go. Or we have a caution, and that, mixes all that up and makes it pointless. So we'll see. So we have 11 trucks still in the race, 11 trucks still on the lead lap. Current leader Kyle Heath. Passing the pace truck. Seven in the 32 are catching up on the backstretch currently. They should be able to get caught up before we restart as the pace truck's just exiting turn 2. Here comes Ivan. Here comes Ben. All right. Field will be all together for this restart. We're going to take it 36 laps to the finish. We're going to jump on board with Nolan starting P4. The pace truck pulls down.
Ready, green flag, green flag.
Green, green, green. Kyle Heath with a good start, gets clear of the 41. 35 side by side with the 41, but here comes the 84 with a good little bump to the 41, going to push him out. Get him almost clear of the 35 as they go into turn 1. Cold tires, cold tires. 35 slides up just a little bit. Oh, you see the 84 get loose. I think he's got company. Trevor Benz to his inside. They are side by side into turn 2. This is where it's going to be really loose. Trevor gets it. P4 for Mr. Benz. Next behind is going to be Alex Fuller. Again, he lost spots on pit road. Drove through his pit stall a little too deep. Had to back the truck up. Lost 4 spots in that pit stop. Got to get the momentum going. Got to get this truck wound up. Justin Johnson looking to the inside of Kyle Heath for the lead. Dives it down in there. Can't see him yet. There he is from Kyle's camera. Kyle will have the momentum out the corner. Corey Crandall's going to stay on the high side with the 13. Take that momentum. Get side by side with the 41. Almost a little bit by him. Oh, he's still there. Close racing. Close racing by these guys. Trevor's right behind, just wondering, where do I go? Where's the line? Don't get too tight. Oh, Corey into the wall, into the 41. They keep it straight, but man, that was tight. Neither driver wanting to back off. They send it hard into turn 1. Corey's going to run that higher line. That's for you, Todd, if you're still watching. Oh, Corey saw the 41 kind of slide up a little bit. He tried to give an extra bit of room, but scraped the wall. Keeps that momentum up there on the high side, though, and gets clear of the 41. P2 for Corey Crandall. Oh, he got loose. I saw it. The 35 got loose there in turn 2. It snapped on him. He was able to chase it up the track. Now he enters high. Here we go. Trevor Benz entering low underneath the 41. Going to get super tight. Going to slide up. Understeer. He had to let off. That lets the 84 by. Tough break for Trevor there. That's going to let the 16 by as well. And the 14. 3 spots lost there. Oh, the 84 gets loose. And a big bump from the 16 here. Alex is going to give Nolan a big push. Love that 84 truck. He's got those paints on point. Oh, you can see these trucks. They're just, the rear end is not in the track. Yeah, you Westerners always a couple hours behind me. I know, Jarvis. I see you. Ooh, 16 into the wall. Here comes a bump from Mr. Klein, though. Let's keep that momentum going, he says. Trevor's right on his bumper, too. They are stuck together. The front 7 have a little bit of gap back to 8th. Brian, and then Brian has a little bit of gap on Brendan. Ben is right there in 10th. Ivan has fallen off the pace again. Ivan just doesn't have the raw speed to keep up in the draft tonight. As Corey has the lead, he's got it from Kyle Heath, and he is checking out. 35's on a mission. Go. Good turn by all those drivers right there. Here comes Nolan, though. Up to P4. Got Joseph Klein behind him now. Alex Fuller has let him by. Alex has got pressure from the 33 still. You guys are trying to get these trucks to rotate so bad. Tight, loose condition. The truck gets tight, wants to push up. You try to give it more wheel, more throttle, try to help it turn. It understeers, and then the rear end, when it finally does want to turn, is because the rear end just doesn't have any more grip, and it wants to cut loose on you. 7 still all in line. 82 dropping down low. 31 gets by. We got a battle up front. Looks like the 13's back on the bumper of the 35 pretty hard here. A little bump. He's getting tight there on that exit. Really got to put a lot of wheel in it and try to keep it off the wall, and that's really overworking that right front. You can tell how sideways he is right there in 3. Like that right rear is getting, that outside of that tire is getting worked. Justin Johnson stays right there in 3rd, right behind the Eagle. Is just slightly back. He's about 0.6 of a second, so roughly about 6 truck lengths, 7 truck lengths behind top 3. It's been a good comeback for Nolan after getting contact at the end of stage 1, spun him down, and fortunately got the stage points, but put him, you know, track position wise at the back of the pack, and stage 2 to work up some spots, and then now continuing here in stage 3, regaining those spots. Just a lot of work at a track like this. Those front 3 are trying to pull the gap out on the rest of the field, but still sitting at about 0.6 of a second. Alex Fuller still in 6th, Trevor Benz in 7th. Brendan Decker in 8th, Brian Haberger in 9th, Ben Summerford in 10th. You've got Ivan in 11th, last car in the field, last car on the lead lap, on track. Again, Chris Melton out, Donald Ray out, Taylor Curtin out, Michael Kennedy out. Rough nights for all 4 of those drivers tonight. Just completed lap 53. 27 laps to go. I feel like these guys are racing hard enough to where fuel saving isn't happening. So my guess is that we're going to see pit stops at some point. That window is open. And at a track like this, certainly if you're just doing fuel only, I think most everybody in this lead pack could pit and not lose a lap. So you can pit at any time, but if you want to get tires and have that extra momentum, then you'll probably see these guys try to choose somewhere around that. Kind of split it in half, maybe. We get to roughly maybe 15 to 18 to go. But I don't know. 26 to go. Heck of a battle we have up here as they've all kind of caught up now. That front pack is... there's no gap. Really hard racing here. From the faraway camera. You gotta squint your eyes to see this stuff. 13 looking to the inside of the 35 as he got a little tight there out of 1. They are side by side. 41 is filling that gap behind the 35 to get 13 nowhere to go, so he's got to make this pass. He clears the 35 into corner entry of 2. Exits out in first. New leader. 13 back up front. Corey's going to go to second. 41 still in third, but Nolan in the 84. Joseph in the 14 right there. Alex Fuller in the 16. Like Trevor's in 7th and the 33. That's all top 7 covered by 1 second. If you were looking for a little truck action today, you got it. 32. Ben Summerford made his pit stop. 31 making his pit stop. He scratched up on the right side, missing part of his fender, so trouble for the 31. Looking at timing and scoring, Ben did a 14.97 pit stop, second pit stop, so most likely tires and fuel for the 32 to the end. Now he's out there running laps by himself, no draft, no nothing, but if he can run consistent lap times, he may be able to make up some time on these guys. Might be a bold strategy play to have a good finish here, so we'll see how that plays out for him. We're seeing Kyle Heath starting to stretch it out a little bit here. Looking back from his rear bumper. 41, Justin Johnson has got the second. Corey Crandall's falling back to 4th. About to lose that, it looks like, as Joseph Klein is underneath Corey. Yep. Take a look from Nolan's bumper. Oh, Corey got the run on the outside. Gets back by Joseph. Bumper. Engine. See it all. Where are these pit stops going to happen for these leaders? There it is. 41 says, all right, that's it. 22 laps to go. He's pitting now. Lap times are about a second to a second and a half off of their fastest lap times for this race. So there is a fall off. You just don't want to give it up too early. Gets tires and he is checking out of pit road right now.
84 pitting in.
84 pitting in. 84, he is currently P2.
16 pitting.
16. So coming to 21 pitting to go. 14 pitting. 33 pitting.
33 pitting.
They all blow up at the line. Checking for flags. No flags currently. All entries look to be good. 14 with a bomb entry to get even with the 84. One of them is going to have to give way here. It looks like the 14 comes down first. There's the 84 and the 16 hits his marks this time. Doesn't slide through. Alright, Kyle. Wow, Corey just falling back hard there. That last lap, 0.8 of a second slower than Kyle. I think he's got to come.
Pitting.
Kyle's pitting. What's Corey going to do here? He has fallen off really bad. So what does he do? He stays out. Corey is playing the long game here. I don't know. He lost a lot of time the lap prior, so I don't know what the plan is here. He's even slower this lap. This time by, he ran a 57, so 0.2 slower than Brian behind him. So Brian is made up over a half a second, almost 3/4 of a second the past 2 laps on Corey alone. So I don't know how this is going to work out. I'd assume he'd be pitting here. It's 20 to go. I mean, if you're going to stretch it out, you gotta be, I don't know. I don't think fuel save is going to play a factor in this. I just think the window's too wide and it's hard to save that much here without another gear. Looking at the out of pit road, the 41 has jumped the 13, sorry, by pitting earlier than him. Ivan up in third, hasn't pitted yet. The 82 is catching the 35 even more. It's just surprising that Corey is not pitting.
Seven fitting.
Alright, so just looking here, a 7 just hit pit road. That's his scheduled pit stop, so that just leaves the 35 and 82 that have yet to make their scheduled pit stop. Just looking at it, we saw the 31 pitting earlier. He had damage. He is out of the race. So that leaves 10 drivers left in the field for tonight's race. So by the times I'm seeing, I mean the leaders are running 55. Some of them are like 54.9s, 55.2s, kind of in that range. They're the guys that have pitted. The leaders, Corey and Brian, are running 57.1s. I mean, it's 2 seconds a lap that they're losing to the field. So to pit now would put them a good ways back with a bit fresher tires to maybe try to make up the gap. But you lose so much and then you have less time to try to make it up. So if they are trying to save fuel, Corey is pitting. 35 to pit road. So strategy call is being made here. Wonder if we see a different type of play here. So we're going to watch this pit stop and see if we see anything different, or if he just does 4 tires and fuel just like everybody else has, or if he tries to do 2 and fuel, or no tires and fuel only. I feel like the rubber is going to be necessary. He was way off pace, 2 seconds with older tires. And the field is already passing by. So there's right sides going on. Left sides are going on. So that's a 4-tire pit stop. Now the 82. All by himself. Just rocking and rolling. We got 15 laps to go, coming to 14 to go at the stripe. Is this the money lap? Is this where he's splitting it? Nope. Staying out. Right now it shows Ivan a lap down, but Ivan's made his last scheduled stop. The 82 Brian has not, so when Brian pits, that will put Ivan back on the lead lap, albeit he's only a half a front stretch away from the other group that has pitted that could catch him and put him a lap down, but with only 14 to go, we may have all 10 drivers that are still in the field make it on the lead lap, it looks like, based just what I'm seeing now, without there being a bad wreck or incident. The 82 coming into turn 3 now. Truck seems to be staying a little bit lower here. Nope, staying out. All right, back behind him. 41 still ahead of the 13. All right, just under a half a second. But they have a 1.3 second gap between Kyle and Nolan, Alex and Joseph all together in a pack. And you have Trevor kind of falling off of that pack all by himself, and then further back is Ben Summerford in P8. Tough break if Trevor can't keep that draft, and I think he's just at the second 1.3 second gap, so it may be hard for him to retain that draft and get pulled back up to those 3. But as you see, Kyle Heath is trying to close in on Justin Johnson. And again, we're waiting to see what happens with the 82 here as he continues to stay out lap after lap. So my only guess is attempting to go all the way, because without it, I don't see there's any other point, because even if he has to do a splash and go, he's going to lose all the spots, I think, just from the pit road being so long. Because the field has been catching him. I mean, he's running 59.09. The field's running 55.6s, 55.8s. So now we're talking 3.5 seconds faster a lap. So the numbers aren't numbering up unless he has enough fuel to make it to the end, and he can hold them off for another 11.5 laps. And that gap is 13 seconds and closing pretty quick. And you see on the tower, I mean, you've got to almost not lose a second a lap. And he's losing more than a second a lap, so I don't see staying out working either. 59.26 his last time by. These guys here that we're riding with, 55.88, 55.90s. So again, that's over 3 seconds in one lap. So I think the 82 is, I think his shotgun, just deep Hail Mary here isn't going to work out no matter what he has to do, staying out or taking fuel, because these guys are catching him fast. But if these guys make a mistake, get into each other or something like that, and have a yellow, it puts Brian in the catbird seat for track position, because then he can pit, and they'll most likely pit with him for tires for a shootout at the end, as we see the 13 and 41. Again, this is the technical battle for the lead, but that's currently second and third place. Now they're under 10 seconds of the 82 with 10 laps to go. Now if they get battling, that's going to slow them up just a little bit, and that's going to give that other group behind them a chance to catch up. So we'll see what happens here. The 41 trying to, oh, the 13 hard into the wall. There it is. The contact happened. They got tight out of corner and just got squeezed as the 41 came up. 13 had to make a choice. Turn the 41 or hit the wall, and he hit the wall. Oh no, he did it there! Oh, the 13 and the 41 are heavily damaged. They both keep going straight, though. No caution.
Wasn't clear.
41 has a meatball. Came down pit road and wrecked at the beginning of pit road. That changes everything. I don't know how damaged that 13 truck is, but now he's got a job ahead of him as he lost 3 spots to the 84, the 16, and the 14, and we're at 8.9 to go, 8.5 to go. The 82 is staying out there, and again, with the time that they're losing, it's still 2 seconds a lap. The 82 is going to have to do something different here. 41 just coming back out on track after clearing his meatball flag using a fast repair. That's going to render him back to 9th currently, right in front of Ivan. 10-second gap between them. Tough break for the 13 and the 41 there, as they were racing hard for that position, knowing that that was most likely for the win. And the 41 just came up, and I mean the 13 was still there. It happened out of turn 1, and then it happened for real out of turn 2, and that kind of aggressiveness it bites you. Because it's not lap 1 anymore. It's under 10 to go. I mean, you gotta. That's what racing is. It becomes a contact sport when you have two really competitive trucks going about the same speed, battling for track position. I mean, it's possible he's saving fuel. It is, but he's got to save it at a better rate. He's gonna get caught at the rate he's been saving. I think that's the biggest thing, Jareth, is he's got to save fuel and be faster than these guys. And with 7 laps to go, he's only got a 6-second lead. He's going to get caught if he doesn't start to go just a little bit faster. And he had the 7 get by him, and he should have maybe tried to stay on the tail of the 7 and use that draft. But we'll see, because now it's kind of more even coming down the backstretch. It was last lap by, it was 1.2 seconds was the gap. So yeah, I'd have to say the 82 is definitely trying. He is trying at this point. He has shown his hand. He's going to try to save enough fuel and be in front of the leaders before they catch him. Like he wants this to work. I just think that he's got to pick up his pace just a little bit if he can, because now he's under 5 seconds. We see the 14 sliding out of turn 3 there as the 13 is caught back up to the 16. What a battle this is. What a play. Strategy abounds as the 82, with 6 laps to go, has a 4.5 second lead. You can see them now back there on the camera. They are coming. I don't know, it's down to 4.2 seconds and we're coming to 5 to go. Like a second per lap lead is not enough. See what the speeds are at the times are at the stripe this time. $57.3 to a $56.3. Only lost a second that lap, so he is trying now. Still at 3.8, 3.7. He's getting tight there. Oh, man. That is getting close. Looking back here, the 84, the 16, 13, and 14 are all together still. That pack is moving. That is a train that you can't stop. All different lines from those drivers that they're trying. We're down to a 3-second gap. The 82 still on track, trying to make it happen here. Four laps to go. this works out, this is one of the bigger plays. This is really one of the bigger plays if he can make this work. The laps left in the second gap, it's down to 2.7, and it's closing. Like, he needs another couple seconds gap, I feel like, to be able to hold him off. Because once they get to him, it's game on. I don't think he's going to have the speed. Them tires are old. They are tired. Been out there for the whole stage. And these guys are hauling the mail down to a 2-second gap. And they're not even to the stripe for 3 to go yet. Out of turn 3. 82 crosses the stripe. 3 laps to go for Brian Hayberger. And here comes Nolan, Alex, and Kyle and Joseph. They are coming. Gonna strap on with the 84 here on the roof cam. It's actually, Brian just stretched it out a little bit. It was 1.5 in corner entry. It's 1.6 is the gap now. Did he save enough fuel to where he can push hard? Oh, I heard somebody tag the wall. Oh man, it's getting so close. They're getting ready to cross the stripe for 2 laps to go. 1.1 second gap between first and second. Kyle Heath has gotten by Alex Fuller, but he's lost a little bit of gap to Nolan now. And Nolan is catching Brian. I don't think Brian's going to have anything for these guys when they catch him. I just feel like this is going to be right at the white flag. 1 to go. I'm nervous. My legs are shaking. Strategy call. What's going to happen when these guys get to him? Can they get by him? Can he push it hard for 1 more lap? Coming into turn 3. 84 dives it down low. Really good. The 13 is right there behind him. Here we go. The 84 drops down to catch the 82's draft. Here comes the 13 on the high side. Last lap. 82 drops out. It's going to be between the 84 and the 13. And the 16's right there. Down out of turn 1. The 82 just pulled over and let him go. Oh, the 16 with a pass looking on the outside of the 13. '13 looks down low on the 84. He's not there. 84 goes for the block, 13 up high. '84, 13. 13 looking at the crossover. 84 backs it up. Here we come to the stripe. It's going to be side by side. We got a drag race, and it's Kyle Heath at the line.
Great win, dude.
Are you
Great
kidding me?
Oh, Kyle, that was a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Kyle Heath with the move on the outside. He looked inside in turn 3, went back outside, got position, and it was a drag race down to the finish. Kyle Heath wins it tonight in exciting fashion. Photo finish over Nolan Milnes, and Alex Fuller comes home 3rd. Rest of the field is going to be Joseph Klein
race,
4th.
top 3 to the waiting room.
Brian Hayberger
Jason
gets
will
5th.
be waiting for you.
Saved enough fuel to get that done. Corey Crandall 6th. Trevor Benz 7th. Ben Summerford 8th. And then we had Justin Johnson in 9th after the contact with the 13. Got him a meatball.
I didn't think I get my lap back, but I did.
And then Ivan comes home with a top 10 in 10th tonight. Whew. I got to get prepped for some interviews here, but holy cow. Are you kidding me? What a crazy finish.
They got it.
I enjoyed the hell out of that race. That was awesome.
I just wish there was better shots, but there's not without me messing with the camera right now other than leaving it there. But what we will do is we will do my little camera thing here real quick. What a finish for those guys. Oh, it probably won't let me do it right now, will it? Because I'm recording. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so, wow. That's all I got to say is just wow. What a way to end the weekend. Heck of a drive by the 13, the 84. Heck of a race to the finish. That was fun. That was exciting. Props to the 82 for getting it to the end without stopping. We're going to go back a few laps here. And we're going to go to our P3 finisher, Alex Fuller. We're going to get him drawn up here. And I'm pretty certain we'll have him to interview here in just a second. So let's see. All right, let's get him in the booth. Alex.
Oh, that's my bad. I forgot that was on.
You're good. You're good. Alex, it's Jason in the booth, man. Congratulations on getting top 3 tonight with that third place finish. Pocono delivered some Pocono results. We had some long green flag runs. And with that last stint there, you, Nolan, Joseph really kind of stuck together and had a really good drive to, kind of be there where it needed to be there at the end. Kyle having an incident with the 41 kind of brought him back to you guys, and he worked his way to a crazy finish, which is a whole nother story for racing, because like my heart rate was through the roof on that last lap with that battle. But tell us about how that night went for you, and anything you could have done different to maybe be in second or first tonight, get the win.
Yeah. I mean, we had a good truck all night. We stayed out front most of the night. I think we had second place in stage 2 and led some laps, which is always nice. Try to mirror drive a little bit more than I should and really work on exits, and I think that kind of messed me up with Kyle. Messed some times up, but at the end of the day, at the last lap, got to the outside of Kyle. I'm like, maybe if I can pinch him through the tunnel turn, I'm like, maybe we have a shot to make it a 3-wide finish. Maybe I can get to Nolan, but never came into fruition. But I'm never going to be upset with the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, a heck of a finish, heck of a drive, and you did get some good stage points tonight. You were up front all night. Had to adjust, still adjusting. It's only been a few days, but seeing the 28 gone and seeing the 16 on the side, but the paint stayed the same, so it was familiar. So I had to make sure I was calling out the right truck sometimes tonight when I'm calling out numbers. So I'm trying to actually look at results when I'm doing it and look at the timing and scoring, because if I just saw your paint, my mind was telling me to say 28. But I think I got it right all night saying 16 looking at the actual standings tonight. But congratulations on a great run tonight. Kept that truck clean. Harley Quinn, thanks you for it. She didn't have to cause any havoc tonight. And getting that third place. I'm going to give you the floor for anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thanks to before I let you go.
Oh yeah, just a quick shout out, Nolan, Joseph, that made really good pit stops, really good timing. A lot of people lost time, and we kind of worked together through there. And then a quick shout out to the new number 28, George Buck. We got a brand new paint scheme coming in on next gen. Looks sick, and you'll see it on Friday nights.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome to hear, man. And that was really kind of you to pass that number back to him, and do that, because I know that's all I've ever known him to be in anything I've raced, not just FGR related. So that's a really cool thing. Nice gesture of you to do.
Yeah, of course.
And we appreciate you being a part of this league, and thank you for racing tonight and putting on a heck of a show. And again, congratulations on P3. We'll be off next week technically, no points race next Sunday, but we will be having a special event. It sounds like Bristol Dirt is what Corey's been telling me, so be prepared. It might be a little crazy next week.
well, awesome. I'll see you next week, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for some road racing soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have some of that too. So it's gonna be all out. So thanks again, congratulations, and we'll see you back on the track soon. Okay, bud?
Sounds good, Jason. I appreciate it.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.
All right, that's Alex Fuller, our P3 finisher tonight. Let's get Nolan up here. Where's Nolan? Let's get him moved up here. Nolan, is Jason in the booth? You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. First off, P2 by not even a full nose. So close. Heck of a battle there on that last lap. Leading up to it, the stress of counting down the laps, knowing that you were the first car that had enough fuel guaranteed, you had the speed to catch Brian, and then Kyle gets that run in turn 3, and then it's just like he looks low and then he crosses high. I didn't know which way he was going to go, and it just was enough there at the line for that drag race to get you by. I mean, literally just the nib of the nose. How you feeling, man?
I think it was awesome. I mean, my thoughts about it when it happened and even now are just like, that was so awesome. I'm glad it was clean. I'm glad I was a part of it. It was fun. I'm happy to be P2. In retrospect, I realize what could I have done different? I maybe could have side drafted him a little harder. I realized I gave him, decent amount of space up there, but I don't run triples. So, I was just trying to race clean. I don't want any controversy, nothing like that. I just wanted to see what happened, off that corner. So he had the better car, better tires. That second stint after the green flag stops, I took a lot more out of my tires. My noob squad teammates were very generous, I think. I kept telling them, you guys can pass me whenever you want. They said they couldn't, but I was thinking, man, I'm kind of holding up the group here. So I think Kyle just did a good job saving his stuff, even though he had a little wheel damage. And so shout out to them. And but it was a really, really fun race, with one little exception. But
right, a little bit of craziness at the end of stage 1. I mean,
that was something.
I don't know the best thing to say about that other than that there was judgment. There was a misjudgment on that, and watching, because I caught it during the broadcast. He actually sat at the end of pit road and gave himself an EOL to make sure that because I never heard him come over the radio, so I don't know if he has a mic. I haven't heard from him, but that's what it sounded like. And then he had some issues a little bit later on and had to leave the race because he got a little bit too much of the wall in turn 3, I think it was. But nonetheless, definitely something where you just don't expect it. Certainly when that wide of a straightaway coming to the line. But you still got P4 in that stage. I forget what you got in stage 2. I'm sorry, I'm terrible.
I think I got a top 5, which I was happy enough.
Yeah,
Pocono is not really my place, so I was just happy to finish top 5 in any of the stages.
Well, you rocked and rolled it tonight, and then came real close to getting the win, and had what I would call as close as you can get about to a photo finish. I mean, heck of a finish there at the end with Kyle. Great racing, great respect on the track. Like you said, you could have side drafted him a little bit more, maybe done a little bit different. Could have even maybe done a little tap to slow him down, whatever. But you chose not to. You didn't want to do that, and that's the level of respect. Even with a guy that wins almost every week, you don't want to start something like that. And I completely agree. It's hard when you're that close to a win to just let it slip. But out of the respect for racing, and he got a good run on the outside. That's that position, and you guys raced it cleanly to the end, and that was fun. That was really fun to watch and get to be a part of. So congratulations again on a heck of a finish.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's the whole takeaway from it for me. It's not about whether I finished second or first. To me, it was just fun racing. I did the same thing with him at Michigan. I think it was Michigan like last week or something, where I think it was the end of stage 2. I could have side drafted him and maybe risked it, and I was thinking, no, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna drag race him, and because I just enjoy that more. To me, that matters a lot more than being selfish and I wrecked a guy and pissed him off for a couple of points. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's
right.
not the way I am. So shout out to Kyle too. He's awesome.
Absolutely, man. And again, on the track with this great looking truck, just shining. I love the chrome. I love the accents on the bottom with the chrome. Just the little bit of flash you have on that truck, and that orange just looks so good. So it's always fun to see that that paint scheme on the track, which we see a lot because it's very familiar with most of the you got them on all the cars and everything. So I love it, and it looks really good on the truck. It pops. Even the move over in reverse on the grill when I go to a rear gearbox pan and I'm looking back at it. It's just awesome to see it flickering in the sunlight. So congratulations again. Before I let you go, though, as custom, I'm going to give you the floor. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to or thanks to before we let you go?
Yeah, I can think of 2. One I kind of mentioned, which was the Noob Squad team. I mean, they kept me in it. It was fun. It's so fun to race with people and coordinate. I mean, we're just on the same wavelength most of the time when it comes to racing. It really heightens the experience. So shout out to them. And then just shout out to everybody, because the majority of FGR races really, really clean. And I don't know if there's a perception that I don't like everybody who wrecks me or something. I know I complained earlier, but just because I thought he right hooked me. But
right.
I really enjoy, everything 98% of the time. Even when I get wrecked, it's like, okay, it happened. I don't usually get piping hot mad. So I'm very happy and lucky to race around people who most of the time care, even if they make mistakes, just like I do. So
yeah,
shout out to everybody.
And that's a big part of the league, right? We let everybody in. No requirements on iRating or skill level. Everybody gets a shot. Come learn. Come get better as a group. Have fun. Yes, we do have the moments where it's like, oh my gosh, and trust me, as being a admin, owner, whatever you want to call it, of the league, it does get stressful at times. So I know that feeling even when I'm not involved. But a lot of times I'm involved while in the car. So we've all been there. And that's the thing is most of the time it's a blast to race with everybody. And when definitely. You get so many cars or trucks on the track, the more you have, the crazier it can get, the more emotional, the more passion. Everybody's competitive. We've got really good fields. We have really good drivers. We've got it all. And those are a lot of pros to it. And with that come the little cons that happen. And not to get into it, but there's plenty that that have happened to you. You're a person that's been affected by that, right? So your emotions, change when that stuff happens. But you've come through it this week, and you've had a great weekend of racing. Even through the heartache and the mess and things that have happened to you in the past few races this weekend, you still have had really good racing. It's been fun to be on track, and it was fun as heck to watch tonight. I'm not on track in the truck, and I'm like, it's Pocono. It's one of my favorite tracks, and you guys kept it exciting and kept it interesting, and it was great to see you and the Noob Squad teammates working together and putting on a heck of a show tonight.
Yep, agreed, man. Thank you. And go ahead and get Kyle in here, baby.
All right, man. Well, you have a great night. We'll catch up with you later, okay?
All right, brother.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
All right, time to bring good old Kyle Heath up here.
I'd do it, but
oh yeah, it's time. I interrupted whatever you were talking about.
Yeah,
it is the
I was
Kyle
talking with
Heath
Corey.
Hour. Kyle Heath, big winner tonight. Surprise, surprise. But tell me about how you had to work back to do it, because it wasn't easy. You had to win that sucker by a half of a bumper, a quarter of a bumper, but you did it. Tell us about that third stage. I know about the first two. I know about how that first stage you got your bathroom break in, came back from the back of the pack and won the second stage, and then we get to this third stage and a little bit of contact. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, the tunnel turn. It depends on where you're out on track. You can either make your truck more tight or more loose. And I think the leader, the 41, I think it was a 41 truck. I'm not sure if he was a little bit tighter, just trying to, keep the momentum up and at the same time, I was kind of fighting a little bit loose in a way. So I was just trying to, keep my momentum going at the same time, and I think we just kind of, hit the same place at the wrong time. I went back and looked. Looked like it was a quick set of net code that kind of happened, but I wasn't sure. But I thought, to me, at that initial thing, I thought he just, ran up the track and trying to clear himself, and that's when I came on the radio and said, he wasn't clear. But I went back and looked. So, I mean, that was good, hard racing. I mean, through that section, that was just good, hard racing.
Yeah, and you guys had that close call in turn 1 as well, right before that. Turn 1, you guys had it real close there on exit 2. He got tight, and you had a choice to either stay off the wall and clip him or hit the wall, and you chose the wall. But yet, that was just really hard racing is what it looked like. It didn't look like anything malicious. I think that was racing for what was potentially the race win at the time. That was really tough track position, just really good battle.
Yeah, at that same time, I was kind of saving, but at the same time pushing hard because I know how being in the lead really helps out big time with the aero.
Yep.
So I was, just trying different lines and doing different things, and it's just once I was able to get that run coming out of the turn 1, and we were basically side by side and going in the tunnel turn. That's when all hell broke loose, and I actually had wheel damage. I have no idea which wheel I had damaged, but I can really tell it the next time I went out of turn 1. It really jumped loose on me.
Yeah, I had to assume it had to be that right front because the left front looked good, but with how hard your truck turned into the wall there, I think it had to be the right front.
When my wheel was straight, it never changed. That's what was funny. My wheel never changed, so that's why I didn't know which wheel it was.
Well, heck of a drive, and then tell us about that last lap. The 82 still had the lead at the white flag, drops down, knows that he's not in this battle.
I thought he ran out of gas. He didn't run out of gas.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought too. He may have slowed down because he finished 7 seconds back, but it looked like he was still mostly under power.
Okay.
He ended up finishing 5th. So
that's not bad.
He made it to the end. Maybe ran out of fuel some point there on that last lap for sure because he did fall back to 7 back from you guys. But you get the run, you get the side by side with Nolan, and it doesn't work in 1. It doesn't work in 2. And then in turn 3, tell us what you were thinking about going in there because you started high, went low, and then went back high all in one corner and got to his outside. So how did that work?
Yeah, my whole thing was to stay high. That's what I was going to do. And then I think he kind of went high, so I thought he was going to go high. And then whenever I ducked down low, he ducked down a little bit lower than me. And whenever I think he got on it, he was already had a lot of wheel into it, so it started loosening up on him. Whenever that happened, I just barely just turned my wheel back straight and went to his outside, and I think I burped the throttle just a little bit, that way I didn't nudge him. I think I did get a little contact, but nothing malicious where it actually knocked him out of whack, but I was able to get a good run, coming out the turn, and had a little bit of head of steam. It wasn't much, but it was just enough to get that nose across the line before his.
Yeah,
that was fun racing right there, Bo. I mean, I'm not lying, Yeah, I was working.
We're replaying it right now in slow mo on the broadcast, and just you got to his outside at basically corner exit. All the way through that corner, you weren't to his inside, outside, or anything, and you got the run just at the nick of time. That was. If you were any later on that, I don't think you get there, right? It was that close at the finish, and I'm actually just looking. I'm waiting for it to get there so I can pause it. But what a drag race off of that turn 3 exit. That was just crazy fun to watch.
Yeah, I also figured that with him how he was dominant, that he was going to push up at the same time, but his truck stayed to the left because I was actually going to try to get up under him.
Yep.
And that's whenever I guess he was trying to keep it down low and. Ended up, losing a little bit of rear grip, and that's when I was able to push him out to his outside and get around him. But that was awesome for the race. The way that race went to come down to just a couple thousandths of a second was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was crazy fun to watch. I am
I had to broadcast
so
beside me whenever that happened, and going back and watching you hooping and hollering over there. And
yeah. I mean, that was really fun to watch. I loved that you guys kept it clean and kept it. I mean, that was just such a run of momentum so late in the corner that how everything worked. That I mean, you take a Pocono race. Some Pocono races can be snoozers, right? Even in real life, they can be. This race wasn't really a snoozer. We were watching strategy. We were watching things play out in that last stage. We had one car staying out, not stopping. We had you and the 41. Then we had you, the 84, the 16, and the 14. Like, we had all these different aspects throughout that final stage that there really wasn't like a boring spot. And then to come down to the end of the race and be as close to a photo finish as you can get was just a blast to be a part of, a blast to watch, and so great to call. And congratulations to you on another win. I mean, that was a well-deserved, hard-earned win for you tonight, Kyle. That was fun to watch.
yeah, I definitely worked my ass off on those last less than 10 laps there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I was
a heck
working.
of a job.
Yeah, I was. Dude, turn one with that damage coming out of turn one I was really working that wheel so dang hard that wasn't even funny. I'm so glad it was a truck. So if it was any other car than that, I'd have been breaking a sweat.
I can believe that. For
The
sure.
truck's a little bit more forgiving than, especially if it was like the next gens.
Yeah. Well, that was a fun race to watch. Great race to call. Before I let you go for the night, it's your time to shine. Anybody give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, I'm gonna big shout out to everybody here. I mean, it's always fun battling out. You know, sometimes you win, you lose, you end up getting wrecked. It seemed like there was a little bit more respect out there tonight. It seemed with there were some things that happened. Like, give a big shout out to everybody who kept it mostly clean. Give a big shout out to the guys who was out there watching. I know Todd was out there. I'm gonna give a big shout out to him. He's talking about running the high line. Well, that first stage I ran get a couple of high line runs on for him.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know if you've seen that crap, but yeah, I did some of the high line runs.
Well, that was awesome, man. And thank you again for being a part of the league. And again, congratulations on a great win. And sounds like the announcement is official. Next weekend for Father's Day, our special event will be Bristol Dirt. We're going to have a 120 lap race. We're going to have stages at lap 30 and lap 60. We're going to have some fun. So that's
that's what me and Corey was talking about before he pulled me up, because he knew I did a Bristol race about a month or so ago in another league, and I told him it was a lot of fun, and he thought it would have been a good idea to do something different, something outside the box, of so to speak. Truck's a lot of fun at Bristol. I really enjoyed that race. So I hope everybody has fun there.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
lot of fun.
Should be fun. Looks like Corey's actually waiting in the waiting room. We're gonna go ahead and pull him up here. I'm sure he wants to get this announcement made. Corey, it's Jason and Kyle in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Jason.
I see you hanging out in the waiting room. Just figured you maybe wanted to get the announcement out there or whatever and whatnot.
Oh, well, I think I was just talking to Kyle here, and I never switched up, but but yeah, I kind of heard you talking about it. But yeah, talking to Kyle, I think the Bristol Dirt's going to be the way to go.
Cool. That's awesome, man. That'll be exciting. Bristol Dirt should be fun for a nice special event race and let everybody kind of let loose, have a good time. So I think that'll be a blast.
Something to have fun, something different, something fun, and hopefully we can go have some fun and have a good Father's Day race next Sunday.
Well, if I play my cards right, there might be some money on the line for that race.
All right. Well, we'll be waiting to hear.
Yeah, details might come, so I'll try to put some money on the line for that one.
Yeah, donations are always welcome.
That's right. Well, I think that's it for us tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks to everybody for being in the chat. Appreciate Taylor, Todd, Jareth. We're in the chat a lot tonight. And appreciate their participation, and thanks to everybody watching at home. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and we'll be back live tomorrow night. IndyCar at... I'm having a brain fart. Ah, dang it. I should know this stuff.
Dover.
Is it Dover? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it sure is Dover.
It is. It's Dover. Yep, Dover this week and then Montreal next week. Ooh. Woohoo. All right. Well, we'll be live tomorrow night from Dover, IndyCar. We'll see you then. Have a great night.